In America, that division seems to be on steroids. I mean, how can those people do that in good conscience, Brandon? How do they think they can just do that to someone?
Well, and let's acknowledge too that so this case ended up going into discovery, meaning that we got to the point where, questions were being asked, interviews were being conducted, we had to turn over evidence on both sides. And so on our side, we went to these officers and said, "Where were you? Like at the time that I was at the Capitol, during this time, where were you? Because you're alleging that, I mean, they were suing me for assault and battery and a number of other things, which was insane because I wasn't even accused of assault and battery in my criminal case. After being investigated by the DOJ and the FBI, they found no evidence that I committed any violence, but yet I'm being sued by 8 black and brown officers for assault and battery and a number of other things. So when they were forced to answer our question, what we found out was that some of these officers suing me were not even at the Capitol during the time that I was there on January 6th. One of them was in Maryland at the time that I was at the Capitol. One of them was in a safe room, locked in a safe room, watching January 6th on television, but nonetheless suing me for assault and battery. So it really goes to show you a couple of things. Number one, the lengths that the people claiming victimhood on January 6th are willing to go to lie about it.
Mm.
And two, I don't know about your country, but in this country, we have a real problem with racial tension. And there's a real exploitation of the concept of racism. I mean, if you listen to the left will tell you that, black people aren't safe to go get their mail every day because some white supremacist is going to try to kill them, which bears no resemblance to reality.
Mm.
But, this is what they push all the time. And then you've got black officers blatantly and knowingly lying about experiencing racism so that they can try to collect a monetary judgment against an innocent person.
Yeah, it is. It is. And it is so unethical beyond words. And you know what irritates me so much about the left generally nowadays is that they present themselves as the good guys. We're the good guys. We're the moral ones. We've got the moral high ground. But
No.
as the quote from Shakespeare goes, methinks they doth protest too much. Always be aware of people who are always be aware of people who profess how wonderful and moral they are, because generally they're compensating for something. Now, look, Brandon,
Good point.
well, absolutely, it's a massive red flag. Now, look, I have to ask, on the subject of protesters entering the building and the doors opening, the doors just seem to open for them. We've all seen the footage. People sort of thought they were being officially allowed into the building, and there's no way those doors could be hammered down by humans.